Kids can be incredibly creative and inventive, and some even see their big ideas develop into outstanding business opportunities as well. The following 10 children turned their frustrations, mistakes and strokes of luck, and brilliance into commercial successes, businesses, and even lifelong careers. Their stories are sure to inspire anyone going into the business world, where ingenuity and imagination are often a bonus, if not a must. Kids came up with these 10 great inventions, conceiving everything from earmuffs to popsicles. Here are top 10 inventions by kids that made millions. Before we start, do not forget to subscribe down below and click the bell button so you'll get notified whenever we post a new video. And of course, do not forget to comment down below I subscribed so you will get a chance for a shout out on our next video. Top 10. Abbey Fleck. At the age of 8, making bacon. Young entrepreneur Abbey Fleck was only 8 years old when inspiration struck. She and her dad had just finished cooking bacon, only to discover that there weren't any paper towels to soak up the fat. Much to Fleck's mother's dismay, the pair improvised and used the classified section of a newspaper instead. Suddenly, Fleck had an idea. Why not hang the bacon while it cooks? Not only would this render paper towels unnecessary, but it would also make the bacon healthier. In 1993, after Fleck and her dad spent some time experimenting, the duo brought forth a microwave-safe dish with 3 upright bars on which to hang the bacon on while it cooked. They patented their idea a year later and eventually struck a distribution deal from Walmart. Fleck's grandfather took out a loan on his farm to pay for the first 100,000 dishes, but it seems to have been worth it. In 2002, Entrepreneur.com reported that the new company was earning more than $1 million in royalties annually, and making bacon dishes are still sold at Walmart as well as Kmart and Target. Top 9. Richie Stachowski at the age of 10, water Talkie. In 1996, 11-year-old Richie Stachowski went on a trip to Hawaii with his family. I was surfing with my dad. When we dove under, there were so many beautiful things to see. I wish we could talk underwater, said Richie. After finding out that there were no inventions for this kind of subaquatic communication, Richie started researching underwater acoustics and trying out prototypes in the family pool and the public pool too. Eventually, he got the pool management staff interested and they let him tinker away. Eventually, he came up with a water talkie, a conical device with a blow valve and a plastic membrane that enables swimmers to talk with one another underwater from as far as 15 feet away. Richie went to New Jersey and picked his idea to Toys R Us. At the end of the interview, he had an order for 50,000 units. While it has been reported that Richie made millions through the deal, Wild Planet said that the sale was worth less than that but would not disclose the exact amount, only divulging that it was a substantial amount of money. Top 8. George Nissen at the age of 16, Trampoline. In 1930, at the age of 16, George Nissen came up with an idea that would revolutionize aerobatics, the trampoline. After seeing trapeze artists finish their routines by dropping into a safety net below, Nissen thought that it would be even more exciting if they could somehow keep bouncing around. So he turned his parents' garage into a workshop and got cracking. His invention consisted of a metal frame with canvas stretched over it, which he christened the bouncing rig. While studying a business degree at the University of Iowa, Nissen continued to perfect his contraption, replacing the canvas with nylon to increase the bounce. He changed the name to Trampoline, adding an E to the Spanish word of diving board, and registered it as a trademark. There was no market for it because nobody has ever seen one. The late inventor spent his life traveling the world doing trampoline demonstrations and promoting both his invention and the sport. At the age of 92, he could still do a headstand. Top 7. K.K. Gregory at the age of 10, Resties. In 1994, 10-year-old Massachusetts native Catherine K.K. Gregory was playing in the snow when her wrist began to hurt from the cold. Determined to find a way to keep her hands and forearms warm and dry during the winter, she invented Resties, fuzzy sleeves that can be worn beneath coats and mittens. After testing them out on her Girl Scout troop, Gregory and her mother worked hard to get the invention off the ground. Gregory says that she enjoyed learning so much about business even at the tender age. In 1997, Gregory appeared at the QVC network to promote Resties. She was the youngest person to sell a product on the network, and the spot earned her $22,000 in sales within 6 minutes. In 2010, 16 years after inventing Resties, she returned to business and is now the CEO of Resties Incorporated. Top 6. Hart Maine. At the age of 13, man can. Hart Maine's business started out with a joke. In 2010, the 13-year-old made fun of the girly scented candles his sister was vending at a school fundraiser and kidded that she ought to try more manly scents. However, his parents overheard him and encouraged Maine to pursue the idea himself. He got scents and wax online and decided to make his man can candles in recycled soup cans, choosing aromas like coffee, new meat, bacon, and fresh cut grass. 2 years after man can's inception, business was still booming, so much so that Maine rented warehouse space and employed 5 people part-time and had to upgrade with his automation solutions to cover his orders. In 2011, he shifted 25,000 man cans. Top 5. Frank Epperson, age 11, Popsicle. The temperature in San Francisco had fallen to a record low, a concoction that 11-year-old Frank Epperson had left out on the porch. As the story goes, Epperson mixed soda water powder and water in a glass and he left the steering stick in the mixture. The mixture had frozen solid and the accidental inventor had created the world's first popsicle. Everyone loved it so much that he patented his idea under the name Epsicle. However, he changed the name after his children started calling the treat Popsicle. 3 years later, Popsicle sales had topped $60 million, bringing Epperson royalties on each sale. Before we proceed, do not forget to subscribe down below and click the bell button so you'll get notified whenever we post a new video. And of course, do not forget to comment down below I subscribe so you'll get a chance for a shout out on our next videos. Top 4. Sarah Buckle at the age of 14. Magnetic Locker Wallpaper. In 2006, Sarah Buckle had just finished the 8th grade when she dreamt up the idea for magnetic locker wallpaper. Buckle loved to decorate her school locker, but dreaded scraping it clean at the end of the year. When her father became Chief Operating Officer at Magna Cart, he thought it was a great idea. When he heard his daughter's ideas, he knew he'd struck the gold. Buckle helped choose patterns and age-appropriate accessories that contributed to the product's success. The magnetic lock decorations were sold at Target, Rite Aid, and Staples, and within a year, Sarah Buckle's invention had made more than $1 million in sales. Top 3. Kelly Reinhardt. At the age of 6, Tea-Pack. While stuck indoors in a rainy afternoon, 6-year-old Kelly Reinhardt's parents challenged their daughter and her siblings to draw a picture of an invention. The prize for coming up with the best idea was getting a prototype made. Reinhardt drew a thick pack that would allow kids to carry their video games around. After getting feedback from other children, Reinhardt and her parents made improvements to the design and obtained a patent in 1998. They started out selling the packs at flea markets and trade shows, but interest grew and pretty soon they had an investor for their company, Tea-Pack International. Reinhardt's father even became his daughter's full-time employee. Top 2. Chester Greenwood at the age of 15, Earmuffs. While he was 15 years old, Chester Greenwood's ears got painfully cold one day when he was ice skating in his hometown, Farmington, Maine. Although he tried wrapping a scarf around his head, it simply didn't do the work. Greenwood made a wire frame and asked his grandmother to sew beaver skin pads to it, creating the world's first earmuffs. In 1877, at the age of 19, Greenwood patented his invention. He went on to perfect and manufacture the ear protectors in a local Farmington factory, eventually selling his earmuffs to soldiers during the First World War. By the time he died in 1937, he had made a veritable fortune, selling as many as 400,000 pairs in a single year. Earmuffs weren't Greenwood's only invention. In fact, he took out more than 100 patents in his life. Top 1. Goldston at the age of 12, crayon holders. At age 11, Cassidy Goldston encountered a problem that has vexed creative kids for generations. Her crayons were broken and the pieces were too small to hold onto, until she found a plastic tube designed to keep roses fresh during shipping. Goldston inserted a crayon piece into the tube and unwittingly created her first prototype. Her crayon holders not only make it easy to use broken crayons, but they also help kids with fine motor difficulties to hold onto wax pastels. According to CNBC, the invention earned Goldston enough money to cover most of her college costs and helped her to get her set up in New York City after she graduated. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Do not forget to subscribe down below and click the bell button so you'll get notified whenever we post a new video. That's it for today's video. Goodbye!